The Italians took all this time, screwed up this rink.
Before the first puck ever hit this ice, the internet sure hit the roof.
Personally, I think it's a disgrace.
There's a giant hole in the ice.
How did this happen?
An arena not finished, the rink too small, worried some.
A lot of people saying, what is that, a scoreboard for ants?
There's going to be about 2,000 fewer seats.
Anxiety so serious, the NHL said it wouldn't hesitate to pull its players.
Could NHL players not be going to this year's Olympics?
But they're coming, and that ice?
I have 100% confidence that we will be completely ready. Okay, this one has to be perfect. Freeze there.
Don Moffatt, the Canadian ice master, whose regular job is with the Colorado Avalanche, here in Milan with his almost famous little orange notebook. It's filled with details about temperature, humidity, occupancy, how often doors are opening and closing, every factor that could affect ice quality.
When you see the skate
And if
fly,
this man, who's done 5 Olympics, isn't worried, what a relief for the rest.
maybe some of the suites, the locker rooms might not be quite as nice as everybody wants, but we're going to be able to play hockey for sure.
There are 2 hockey venues. Santa Giulia, also known as Hockey One, holds more fans. It will host the biggest games. Some of that building is still unfinished. And the smaller Hockey 2, where we met Don in December.
Good.
Both rinks slightly wider and shorter than regular NHL rinks. Another difference, longer intermissions. Don pushed for that.
An increase of 3 minutes, which is to an ice maker is an eternity. Go farther back.
Fussy for a reason. One of the few times Canadians weren't involved in making the ice was Sochi 2014.
John Tavares barged in, missed the puck, and he's hurt.
Team Canada's Jonathan Tavares so injured on that ice, he was out for the season.
Do you think there was something wrong with the ice in Sochi?
It definitely was probably not up to our NHL standards. That's been probably my biggest challenge here in Italy. It's not a big hockey country. The ice qualities and the level of professionalism in Europe is nowhere close to what the National Hockey League expects. I think we've done a pretty good job here of raising those expectations that just good enough is not good enough. It has to be the absolute best that we can do. Brandon, have you got the dot?
Don takes it incredibly seriously.
So we're just going to follow the outside. Oop.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That was an excellent start.
Even if he's willing to share in the chaotic magic of it all.
Doing the best I can, yikes.
That's okay. Oh,
Teaching anyone he can how to try to get it
I'm
right.
getting you wet.
that's okay.
When the Canadians play for their gold medal and something important happens here, we were here.
That's how we do a dot.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
The Canadian expertise here is legendary, and as proud as they all are of that, you will hear again and again that when it comes to hockey, no one here plays favorites. They are totally neutral. It is something they have to say because once upon a time, people took that Canadian pride a little too far.
Gold medal, Canada!
It was Salt Lake City 2002.
On a red letter day in Salt Lake City.
Great year for Canadian hockey. Both the men and women won gold against the Americans. Delicious victories. And maybe fate. Because lo and behold, what was buried in the ice but a lucky Loonie.
They buried this Canadian Loonie underneath center ice for good luck. We got 2 gold medals out of it.
That Loonie was the talk of the games. That a Canadian ice maker had put the Loonie there made him a bit of a folk hero in the moment.
I'd like to say it was a part of the good luck charm.
The Loonie ended up in the Hockey Hall of Fame, but the man who put it there, it didn't work out so well for him.
The gentleman that put the Loonie in Salt Lake never got the opportunity to work another international event. You know, so we are neutral. We're kind of like the referees. We provide the absolute best surface for the best athletes in the world. We don't put anything in the ice.
So that was a short-lived tradition. How to perfect the ice is an ever-evolving process. And over at another venue, temporarily called the Milano Speed Skating Stadium, another Canadian ice maker, Mark Messer, was put in charge of an experiment that could change the sport.
So you can't screw this up.
Well, we can never screw this up. I mean, number one, we're Canadian. We don't screw up. We do the best we can.
Ice for long-track speed skating is harder and colder than it is for hockey. The finish perfectly smooth. That's difficult enough to do. But now, for the first time, the oval is temporary, built inside a sprawling exhibition hall. It took about 30 days to set up the system, another 12 to get the ice into shape. And if this all works well, speed skating competitions could be held almost anywhere. No more need for permanent pricey structures.
What makes this especially complicated?
Well, this is not made on a concrete floor. What it's made on is a layer of insulation. So we have 10 centimeters of insulation first, and it's a rubber matting system that has the cold glycol in it. As well, we have to make the floor colder because we have to carry more ice because of the flexibility in all the floors.
Okay, let's stop him there, but really, he's not done. This is a complicated process. And the reviews from the athletes who tried it in December is that, well, skating on this reminds them of this. Do you hear the blades on the ice? There's a kind of hollowness to that sound of skating on a lake that the skaters in the Milan Oval say they hear and feel too. Not something they're used to hearing inside an oval. And depending on who you ask, that difference is romantic and lovely, or it's a bit weird.
Here, with it being raised in an artificial surface, you have no mass to push against under the ice, so it almost feels hollow. So I think it'll be a bit of a mind game with the athletes when they first get here. It's a little bit of...
That's Canadian Tyler Mulcock. He's the manager of high performance and long track for Speed Skating Canada. And for him, all the details matter. He thinks the sound will play a big part in how the athletes get ready.
Is there feedback when they push off? Like that there's a little...
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. And even going full tilt in the corners, they're afraid that the ice might break out and then give way.
You're not describing perfect ice.
No, and I think that's what these athletes are used to, going all over the world. You have to adapt to all the different kinds of ice, so you still have to be able to perform at your best regardless of where you are.
Observations Mark Messer needs and wants to know. They tell him a thing or two.
Number one, they have to get it in their head that that's the sound. And once they get used to that, then it won't be an effect for them. But other than that, it should feel the same. It also tells me that we haven't fine-tuned the water composition, for one, and the temperatures that we want.
The fine-tuning far from done. It will keep happening during competition, too. So while the rest of us are watching the finish lines at speed skating and counting the goals at hockey,
Yeah, that's good.
there are some Canadians who will never take their eyes off the ice.